Hey guys, Bottom25 here, playing P3D. Today, we will be flying a Boeing 747 Shuttle carrier aircraft, if the game will stop glitching. Yeah, sometimes it does that. We'll be flying from Edwards AFB to the the shuttle landing facility over in the Cape. Oh, we're not going for 3,000 feet, we're going for 35,000 feet. Let's just make sure all lights on. All lights on. Switch over to GPS, let's bring up the throttle quadrant and turn on the no smoking and seat belts. Yeah, P3D professional. Come on. Alright, sometimes you just need to altitude hold and then you can adjust. That's just a little glitch with this aircraft. And nav hold. Right, now let's taxi. This looks amazing. No spoiler-ons though. I'm not sure if that's just this aircraft or if that's P3D. Yeah, this should be fun. I've never actually done a complete flight in P3D. But this looks so much better, I'll tell you that much. This looks more realistic. It looks better. It was made by Lockheed Martin, so... you know. They make airplanes. When I first tried it, the graphics were set fairly low because, you know, most computers can't run this at, you know, this level of graphics. Right, we're about to do we're getting ready for a takeoff run. However, the one thing I haven't figured out how to do is trim. I have no idea how to trim this aircraft, so at landing, we'll just be like, Right, well, anyway, we're off we trot. So when I first turned this on, the graphics were set fairly low. So ignore the fuel percentage, I do have it set to infinite fuel because I'm not sure how far this thing can fly. But anyway, off we pop. Or off we trot. Whichever one you want to say. You can see occasionally we just hit like a speed bump. Now let's try rotating. Yeah, as I said, I cannot trim up. Because like that's my usual trim button. Alright, trim up button. Right, keep ascending, man. Keep ascending. Okay, positive rate, gear up. Oh yeah, I have to press the keyboard button. Yeah, same with the flaps. Right, gear up. Flaps up. Autopilot, auto throttle, speed hold, sorry. Right, anyway, off we go. So you can see how realistic Edwards looks compared to, in FSX. This looks amazing. I don't know what that is there. That's a sharp turn if I've ever seen one, and I've seen quite a few of them. Yep, everything is going nominally. But seriously though, that looks amazing. This really does give the impression of I'm flying a freaking Boeing. But yeah, I'm also not contacting the ATC because of reasons of long flight. Anyways guys, I'm going to pause this video here and I'll see you guys once we get closer / begin our descent into the Cape. See ya then. Oh my god, what was that glitch? Okay guys, we're beginning our descent into Cape Canaveral. It's in 27,000 feet. Let's get this set up. So far, in terms of how everything operates, except, you know, the trim, which I already mentioned, That's Cape Canaveral over there. And I should probably bring up the throttle quadrant, turn no smoking back on. Pull the speed brake back. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Oh wow. I definitely think that this thinks I'm a space shuttle. Turn right. Heading 135. Heading. Expect visuals runway 33 approach. Acknowledge. We're 103 miles out. I mean, usually it's 20 miles out. And usually it's when you're at 8,000 or so feet, not when you're descending to 20-something thousand. Also, this crashed a few times, so I had to deal with that. Big jet engines. Well, compared to some modern aircraft such as the A380, those engines are quite small. Yeah, this is Space Shuttle Discovery, so that's why I just said D1. So call sign Discovery 1. And also not very creative. Yeah, so we'll be flying out there. You can see the runway from here. How are we doing in terms of altitude? 2,000 more feet left to go. We're doing 60 FPS. That's pretty good. Yeah, the one thing this is missing... Oh, hold on. Contact Jacksonville Center. Acknowledge. And... tune contact. Yeah. On one of these mounts, I think it's this one, it's maybe not on the back of that one. Alright, now I want to pull that in. Acknowledge the descent to Mothercard. 190. That's a bit of a problem, maybe, is that I need to turn off altitude hold before doing stuff. 78, that should do. And now we're dropping like a rock. What I'll be hoping is, once I get in on approach, I'll have the trim, basically already have the aircraft in the right position. Aircraft. Yeah, this one doesn't have an air traffic mode, because I'm not sure if this... There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, we're 100 miles out, so... Yeah, that's the nearest tower. That's just awe-inspiring. You can see the two little side things. The reason they have that is because they don't really have good... I know it doesn't look like it, but you don't really have... How... Alright, that's quite a sharp turn. Let's see what the extra speed... Whoa. Yeah, I'm just going to let this thing be. Yeah, the turbulence from the shuttle disrupts flow over the rudder. Airflow, so you don't really have as good of it's more difficult to fly, basically. The rudder is less effective. Which could cause problems, potentially. And another thing this doesn't have that FSX has is real world weather. You know, while this thing was flying to the Cape, there was a launch from the Cape. There was the NROL 61 launch. It was a launch for the National Reconnaissance Office. It's an American agency that basically specializes in spy satellites. We have another 500 feet to go. We're also overspeeding slightly, so for that last bit, and boom. It's fun to watch the aircraft suddenly ascend. Did I miss something? No. I would just be flying at flight level 190. See, there's quite a lot of lakes here. Why bother building that bridge when you could just build around? It's not going to add much journey time. Like, you know, that... Sure, that's a bit more understandable. It's, you know, when the distance cuts off as large. Okay, I mean, that would be a considerable distance to drive, and that could be shortened by that, but... Or was it? Or if you wanted to cut that off a building bridge there, even that would be fine, but that, come on. Now, the bridge is just slightly shorter than the length you would have to drive to go around it. But currently we're experiencing 1G. Maybe I could fly. Oh. It's going to maintain 9,000. Oh, I didn't need to mess around with it. 9,000, descend at negative 3,000 feet per minute, bring up the throttle quadrant, 78, and close window. Oh yeah, that's what, landing lights, even though we're not at the correct altitude yet. Bring the throttle quadrant back up. There you go. Yeah, you can see this one is not really designed for... I almost called it PMDG. No, I'm not talking about PMDG. It's not designed really for P3D, that's it. I remember... What's that? I think I remember seeing that when I flew into Orlando, which is there. Whoa. Alright, so that's just a handoff, so acknowledge the handoff. Yeah, I prefer the kind of ATC menu of FSX. I definitely think that's going to pop up shortly. I thought I hit contact. But now watch as that thing pops up again shortly. Or does it not? But anyways, right. Heading down to 9,000 feet. Let's extend the flight. What? I thought I said... Yeah, 80, that'll do. Just slightly more. But I think this site would have been fairly common in this area of the shuttle carrier with a shuttle on top. Because quite a few shuttles landed at Edwards and would then be transported to the Cape. It is interesting to know that that's probably covering engines, because this is Discovery, so it was an actual flight shuttle. Because, you know, these are only carrier aircrafts. Well, these aren't only carrier aircraft, they were used to release the Enterprise for glide tests. The Enterprise was their shuttle test vehicle. Whoa, we're experiencing a bit of turbulence. Another handoff to Orlando approach. Just wondering, where is Orlando? Yeah, that is the airport. Tune Orlando approach contact. This, to me, just looks like an overhauled FSX. Number 29902. Yep. Yeah, you can see Orlando International there. there. Yeah, I landed there with a Concorde. And it stopped fairly quickly for it being a Concorde. Full spoilers. Spoilers in. Now we're flying over Orlando. Quite a lot of lakes here. There's a small little airport here. Things, I think this is kind of taking the images from Google Maps. Unlike FSX, which is just generic. So for example, if you were to fly over my house, you would actually be able to see a house there. Yep, we're at 9,000, so we will maintain this altitude for a short while. Now let's just... 3-3, that would be heading up, so we'll come in and then fly up from the south. See, there's a nuclear... I'm presuming that's a nuclear power plant. We have what appears to be a nuclear power plant. Okay, I hope I can land this properly. Because crashes are enabled in this. Yeah, we went from 100 FPS down to around in between 36 and 57, say so. Quite a drop, but you know, still decent. For example, to me this still seems fluid. So to me it doesn't appear like it's jittery. Because it is in 40s mostly. By that I mean 40 FPS. But yeah, we'll fly out. I'm not sure. I think the VAB is on that island. Why is it up further? Maybe it's up further, I'm not sure. But we're at 9,000. I didn't miss it. No. I got map view. Oh, the VAB is on that island. $4 Oh, that's not... Well, you know, yeah, we are actually roughly 4 degrees up, never mind. If I look back, is the VAB visible? Yeah, can I peek out beside the clouds? No, it's not visible yet. Hold on. That is roughly where the... There. That's where the shuttle will land. Well, that's where the shuttle usually lands, and that's where we're landing. Let's boost it up to 4 times. Alright, we're going to tune Daytona approach. Well, this has had considerably less crashes than FSX. Okay, so we'll need to do something, so simulation rate, normal. Alright, scroll down here. Send and maintain 2,000. Acknowledge. $2,000, ascend it. Negative 3,000. Can I pull that back to 1.7? We'll go for 1.65 because I know 747s can land at slower speeds, but you know, we're carrying a space shuttle. turn left. Why did it turn that way? And then we're going to have to contact Daytona approach. Acknowledge. Flaps. 1. Yes. Yes. Tune Daytona. Contact Daytona. Yes, that's where Cape Canaveral Air Force Station is located. You can see the flaps. Well, those are actually the slats. The flaps are the ones back here. Things are spinning quite slowly. Right, flaps 2. I think that's actually called flaps 5. Next. Slowly extend them further. What is my altitude though? Yeah, it still works. Go ahead, turn left heading 65. Or 065. Why does it turn that way first? Is that just... whoop? Or is that just calibration error? Yep. In they come. Right, extend them further. So down to 150. Because I believe that is safe. I'm extending the flap. Hold on. Are the flaps... F8, not full flaps. So this here is Titusville. There's Melbourne Regional Airport, even though Melbourne is a town/city in Australia. Does this work for lowering gear? No, it doesn't. I don't know what that does. Anyway, F8 gear down. Gear down and locked. Yeah, we can land like this. I'm pretty sure we can. There's a golf course here. It's fun to think that there are people who actually... well... okay, maybe there are some... well, I'm presuming they cut out a bridge there or something. Please expedite. You're trying to heading 65. But I am at heading 65. I really do think we should be turning further up. You know. Well, then again, there are actually hotels out there, so maybe there. I'm not familiar with that airport. Or air base. Right, that's a lagoon. There might be alligators in there. It's another lagoon. Appears to be in formation. Well, if that were to just cut it off there, this would be a pretty big lagoon. Or almost lagoon, anyways. The thing is, I have no idea where the shuttle landing facility is. I can't see it. Okay, no, we're fine. For now, and then we'll turn left. That's what I'm. Look, that's a cool little effect. The closer it gets to the center of the camera, the more it blurs. That's pretty cool. And it's a 4-runway airport. There's another one back there, though, isn't there? Somewhere I mentioned it. Maybe it is. Maybe that airport is out here. Okay, I'm getting a feeling this isn't actually using Google Earth images because that's definitely a golf course. I don't think there would be golf courses out here. A lot of this area appears to be to me to be a reclaimed land because, for example, those ships are too regular to be natural. Why could it not? Oh, hold on. Turn left heading 005. Acknowledge. You're turning the wrong way, mate, but yeah, if you look there, you can see some launch pads. You can see the Delta 4 pad. I'm not sure what launch pad that is. I guess that might be a SpaceX pad. There's an Atlas pad there as well. I have a feeling we're dropping airspeed. That feeling was correct. / is correct. Okay, hopefully once we level out, it should be easier. You can see the two big shuttle pads there. One of them is being converted for the Space Launch System, the other one is being converted for the Falcon Heavy. It was called the Falcon 9 Heavy because that's what it was originally called. We're dropping in altitude slowly. And gaining speed. But okay, the engines are throttling them, and I'll give them a bit of a... That was only a small little braking action there, but that was. I kept that small for a reason. You can see there are some old launch pads over there. Missile row. Yes, I have visual of the runway there. That's what we'll be landing on. Also, I would have thought that the shuttle's thrusters would have been covered up. I don't think it would have flown with the thrusters just open to the elements like that. But hey, if that's how it flew, that's how it flew. That aircraft, the shuttle has the same wing area as a wing surface as a 737. I've no clue where we'll go after we land. I think usually they just take the shuttle off and then this thing flies off to either off to Orlando or maybe, you know, somewhere else. Wait, no, that's the Atlas pad there. The Delta pad isn't here. I think the Atlas pad is only here because it was in a single mission. Oh no, actually that... Oh, no, never mind. That's Atlas pad. That's a SpaceX pad. So if I look over here, yeah, we'll need to be turning shortly. Well, press the button. Still having pretty good FPS. However, the one thing that kind of is, you know, starting to get me curious is there is no VAB. There's no vehicle assembly building. That's where they put the shuttle or Saturn V, you know, and or Saturn V together. Right, heading hold off. I have control over this aircraft, spacecraft composite is usually what they call these. Yeah, there's Cape Canaveral Air Force Station skid strip. The reason it's called a skid strip is because early on the Americans were developing a nuclear cruise missile called Snark, and sometimes they would test them and they would land them there, and by land they would have skids. Turn left, heading 335, report runway in sight, report runway in sight. Well, I'm not at 335, am I? Contact Shuttle Tower. Alright, altitude hold off. Tune, Shuttle Tower. 10 miles southeast, inbound visual, runway 33 approach. Fly straight in, runway 33, altimeter something or other. Alright, acknowledge pattern entry. But I have full control over the area. Yeah, where is the VAB? Or VAB, call it what you wish to call it. You can see the shuttle pads. There's a SpaceX pad. There should be a Delta pad. Well, it's not really a Delta pad, but yeah, that's Missile Road there. I think I should be more focused on landing this thing than whether the launch pads are present or not. You know, which launch pads are present and which ones aren't. It is maintaining speed. Yeah, it's maintaining speed pretty well. So remember, I can't trim. So, if for example we're dropping the nose, I have to, you know, manually adjust the elevator controls. I can't trim. Alright, I acknowledge landing clearance. Speed hold, command AT off, FD. Oh yeah, sure, keep that on. I just zoom out a bit, just. And let's see if I can land this thing. I guess maybe you could taxi, you know, I'll have to turn on and taxi there. Yeah, this is usually the direction the shuttle flies in from. Yeah, never turn off the engines. Never put the engines to idle unless you're on the ground. Are those train tracks real? Or is that meant? No, that's not a road. That's definitely not a road. Decent lineup. This can handle our shuttle. This can handle a Boeing carrying a shuttle. That's my logic, and that's also NASA's logic, because they did fly these things in here. So, you know, it's easier to ship in, you know, the mostly government-controlled area than, say, landing at Orlando and then having to either bring the shuttle here by barge, or you know, having to truck it through Orlando. Coming in. Keep, just trim. Right. The thing is, I have no clue what my speed is. That's 150. I can. Yeah, we're quite a bit high. And this looks nice. Reverse. Brakes. Yeah, the things should be reversing. Well, yeah, maybe they are reversing, it's just not visible. But we'll be able to stop anyway. Flaps up. Exit runway when able. Alright, that should be interesting. You're having to turn a Boeing around. La da da, sloop. It's interesting to just see that. And let's turn off here. Now, there's that little barn there, but I think since with the shuttle we can. Well, we'll see what the tower has to tell us. Alright, acknowledge ground handoff. Will this be tuned? Shuttle ground. I tuned shuttle. Also, there's no taxi. I'm just going to park wherever I damn well please. Please note, I'm actually gunning the engines at the moment. Do you think we could take off here? No, we can't. Which is why I just put the engines back into idle. Oh, there we go. They work now. Or they're visible now. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, we're going in the hangar. Really, that's what that hangar is for. I genuinely think that's what that is the only purpose of that hangar. Whoop. Right, there we go. Stew mode off. Well, I crashed because I think I'm inside a building, but anyways guys, I'm Boss1925. That was a flight from Edwards AFB to Cape Canaveral. Goodbye.